Good day! I am Lance Cedric Cazotas of Grade 7 J. I am here to show you a simple technique to get the GCF of two given numbers. This would be useful especially when we are dealing with higher numbers. Suppose that we have two given numbers such as 56 and 98. We were asked to get the GCF of it. As we can see, it is a bit high number, and getting the factors of it would take our time. Here's a simple technique to answer it easily. First, divide the higher number by the lower number. That means the higher number would be the dividend and the lower number would be the divisor. For instance, in the given two numbers earlier, which are 56 and 98, we will have 98 divided by 56. The answer will be 1. 1 times 56 is equals to 56. 98 minus 56 is equals to 42. The second step is divide the lower number of the earlier divisor with the remainder. That means the dividend will be the lower number and the divisor would be the recent remainder. For instance, we will have 56 divided by 42. The answer will be 1, and 1 times 42 is 42. 56 minus 42 is 14. The next step is related to the previous step. We will divide the previous remainder into the recent remainder. The previous remainder would be the dividend and the recent remainder would be the divisor. If there will be no remainder, the recent divisor would be the final answer. For instance, earlier we have 14 as a remainder and the previous remainder is 42. So we will have 42 divided by 14. There are 3 14s in 42, so the answer will be 3. 3 times 14 is 42. 42 minus 42 is 0. Since there is no remainder, the GCF of 56 and 98 would be the recent divisor, which is 14. If there are still remainder after the third step, you can still continue the process until the remainder will be 0. This technique is useful for me for the past few years. I have discovered this when I was in grade 5 during the math training. Our teacher discussed this topic and she let us explore the topic. And through exploration, I have discovered this technique. And this technique would be useful for me to answer different questions in relating to rational numbers. Dealing with rational numbers, especially with fractions, I have to convert the fraction into the simplest form. And to do that, I have to get the GCF of the numerator and denominator of the fraction. This technique is interesting because it is useful on simplifying fractions. Sometimes we are a bit confused if the given fraction has the simplest form. With this technique, it will help us to reduce the confusion to get the simplest form of the given number, especially when we are dealing with larger numbers. And these steps are easy to remember. I hope you enjoyed this technique. And again, I am Lance Cedric Cazotas. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.